For breakfast on this day, I started with a glass of water and then I made myself some coffee. I always try to have a glass of water first, and my reward for finishing my water is a warm cup of coffee. Right now I'm just putting soy milk into the coffee, just regular unsweetened soy milk, and I find that the one from Whole Foods is pretty affordable and it's fortified with calcium and B12 as well. I had a little bit more of my zucchini bread left over from recipe testing from my last meal prep video, and you guys, I have been savoring every last piece. It is so good, so I wanted to have that for breakfast today. I also cut up an apple and I just microwaved the zucchini bread just for a couple seconds so it would get nice and soft again. I sprinkled some cinnamon on the apples and some almond butter on the zucchini bread. If you've never had zucchini bread, it's a little bit like banana bread and kind of like pumpkin bread. It has cinnamon and nutmeg and it's so good. So it is lunchtime right now and I'm gonna make a pita wrap. I don't know if you could really call it a pita wrap. It's basically gonna be like a mound of things on top of a pita. Because I know I'm not gonna be able to wrap it up. I'm the queen of overstuffing tacos, overstuffing burritos, overstuffing anything that you need to roll tightly and it needs to kind of stay together. I will inevitably put way too many toppings, get way too excited, and then it doesn't really roll properly. It falls apart. Raise your hand if you can relate. I do it every single time, even when I'm filming and I know I need it to look nice. It doesn't always work out for me. I just get way too excited. So I'm already gonna call it and say that that's probably what's gonna happen, especially since I'm pretty hungry, but it's gonna be really good. And I have some vegan feta cheese and like some hummus that I made the other day, so it's gonna be really good. I just found out that Ezekiel Bread also makes pitas, so this was my first time trying it and I thought they were pretty good. I put on, I warmed up the pita and then I put on a thick layer of hummus. This is gonna help hold everything together. Then I had some chickpeas from the night before and I'm just gonna mash that down so it doesn't roll all over the place. Then for some easy and quick flavor, I just sprinkled on some lemon pepper seasoning and a couple of olives because I love that salty bite. Then I piled on my greens. I did lettuce and spinach. And if you have something that has vitamin C, anytime you have something that has iron, like the greens and the chickpeas, it will help your body to absorb the iron a little better. Plus it tastes good. Lemon is always good. I added tomato, some thinly sliced cucumber and avocado, some radishes, and then a little bit of vegan feta cheese just kind of crumbled all over the top. I don't find that this is really salty enough on its own, but with a little sprinkle of sea salt and a little bit of kick from some sriracha, this really comes together and it is so good. It's cool and crunchy with the warm, soft pita. It's a little spicy, it's a little tangy, and it's really filling and super fast. Okay, so it did fall apart a little bit. I told you I am the queen of overstuffing a pita, but I'm telling you it was delicious and I enjoyed every bite. All right, so quick little snack on the go. I was getting really hungry, so I just grabbed a coffee. You still are not allowed to bring reusable coffee cups because of COVID, so this had to do. This is just a regular coffee with soy milk. The soy milk at Starbucks is vanilla and it's unsweetened. I just asked for a little bit extra so it's really nice and creamy, and this is pretty much my go-to order. And I also grabbed these. I love that Starbucks has these because they're actually pretty satiating, but they're made with pretty good ingredients. So these are kind of my go-to at Starbucks. When I got back from running errands on this day, I had filmed a bunch of different stuff, so I changed outfits roughly 1,000 times on this day, and I just decided, you know what, it's time for comfy clothes and another snack. So I went into my kitchen and I grabbed these wrapped cashews. They come in sweet and savory flavors, but this one is like a salted lime, which is really good. But my favorite is the toasted coconut or the cinnamon. But anyway, I just poured these into a bowl and I snacked on these before dinner time. Alright, so I've changed into my cozies. It's a little bit cooler finally. I want it to be fall so bad. Anyway, I'm gonna make dinner now and I'm really excited about this dinner because I've been making this pretty regularly. It's just like simple stuff, rice, potatoes, black beans, very inexpensive stuff too, by the way. People always think that vegan food is so expensive, but I got the potatoes on sale, rice, beans, very inexpensive, and also just really hearty, nourishing food that makes me feel really good. So I love meals like this, but I really think that sauces are where people get tripped up when it comes to vegan food. So having a good sauce is like key. So I'm gonna go make dinner. I'm gonna show you how I do it because it's really easy, and I've been making this on repeat. Like this, I think is the third time I've made it. So there are a lot of different recipes for sweet potato and black bean bowls that I've come across over the years, but this is kind of like my shortcut everyday version. So I just take some sweet potatoes and I roast them in the oven with a little bit of taco seasoning and garlic powder. And while that cooks, I just head over to my pantry and I gather up the rest of my ingredients. On this day, I needed some black beans, obviously, but you can use whatever kind of beans or lentils you have on hand. And then I also grabbed some rice, and I like to season the rice with some bay leaves, salt, and cumin, but you can do whatever you like. I never used to add seasonings to my rice when I was cooking, but I actually realized that I was missing out on a lot of flavor, so there's a lot of cool things that you can do to jazz it up a little bit. Now, for my yogurt sauce, it could not be simpler. I'm just taking some cilantro and some vegan almond milk yogurt with a bit of hot sauce and fresh lime juice. I'm using a hot sauce that is like a salsa verde type of sauce, so it has tomatillos, it has jalapeno. I just add a little bit of salt and pepper and I mix this up. And depending on what kind of yogurt you're using, it might be a little tangier or it might be a little thinner or thicker. My favorite one to use is the Whole Foods 360 brand, but on this day I used the Kite Hill, so it was a little thinner. And then all that's left to do is just assemble the bowl. So I like to take a couple handfuls of greens as the base, and then I put my warm rice on top. And of course my potatoes, which have gotten all crispy crunchy on the outside with that taco garlicky seasoning on the outside, but they're like soft and creamy on the inside. So good. I have some shredded cabbage and the warmed up black beans. I love the crunch and the pop of color from the cabbage, as well as the fact that it's a cruciferous vegetable, which means it's really, really healthy. And one of my favorite things to do is to take my favorite tortilla chips from late July and sprinkle them on top. It adds crunch, it adds a little bit of salt, and I know these look healthy because they have some flax seeds and stuff going on, but trust me, that's not why I eat them. I eat them because they're delicious and they have like the perfect crunch. I have these frozen homemade peanut butter cups that look a little funny, but they're so good. They have peanut butter and jelly inside with some sea salt on top. I can't explain what it is about cold chocolate, but it is so good, and I love that little bit of sea salt to kind of balance everything out. So I'm gonna have one of these, and that will be everything that I ate today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification and set the notifications to always so that you always are alerted whenever I post a new video and you never miss a new recipe. I hope you guys have a really awesome day. Let me know what the best thing that you ate today was in the comments below, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye.